Hey there, kiddos. Thank you for stopping by Sandy's Odds and Bobs. And today what I wanted to show you is how I made these cute little faux envelopes that can be stuck into pockets in your junk journals or be given as gifts. But the way I came across this idea is I was looking at some crafty videos, as I want to do, and I came across E with Scrapbooking with Me, and she was doing one like this, and I thought, oh, this is really cute. I think I could do that. So I tried it out and it worked out really well, and I thought, well, maybe I could do mine a little different. So I did mine a little different than hers, and hers turned out beautiful, and I thought mine didn't turn out too bad either. So I wanted to show you how easy these are to make and how quick they are and fun, and you'll be able to make your own. And some of them are for journaling. You can just journal on them. And I thought, well, one thing that I would like to see is what if, get that around there, what if you made a pocket out of it? So I went ahead and made a little pocket. And this was easy to do, and you just put a little journal card in there. And this could also be used for a gift card. You could buy a gift card at the store, slip it in there, write your little message here, fold it up, and this makes a nice little package. Already wrapped up for you. So that's one good idea that you could come up with. But I want to show you how I went about doing all this. Okay, so let's put that to the side. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get some scrapbook paper. Now again, Edith did hers with cardstock, and I did these two with cardstock, and it turned out okay, but they're rather thick. And if you're going to be putting a gift card in it, this would be a good thing to use. But if you just want it for a journaling spot to put in your journal and doesn't take up too much thickness, then I would suggest just going ahead and using your regular scrapbook paper. So this is 12 inches by 5 inches, and it works out perfectly with this. So what you're going to do to start out with is you're going to take one end, and you're going to be very careful, and you're going to fold it and just pinch it with your fingers right there. Pinch it with your fingers. Then you're going to take a pencil and you're going to make a notch right there. And what that little mark's going to do is going to show you where you're going to fold down the top of your envelope. So here you go. And this folds down, and you want to try to make sure that the envelope's point is pointed and these two side flaps are together. Okay, then you're going to fold this over, make that crease. Then you're going to take it to the side, and because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, we're going to fold it up. Maybe we don't want it all the way up here, so we're thinking about 3 inches. About 3 inches works. I'm going to crease it down there. Then we're going to turn it around, open that up, and fold it back up, and we're going to put this edge up against that edge. Okay, and then we're going to fold this down. Make sure that's tucked under. Okay, and then there's your basic envelope right there. You have it. But we're going to do a little bit more with this. So now what we're going to do next is we're going to be putting this little tab, this little circle part in it. Okay, so the way to do that is what I did is to be able to get a nice sturdy piece of scrap card off of packaging or whatever you want to use, but a scrap piece of card. You glue a little scrap of this same paper down to it, and then you're going to cut a circle out. As you can see, I've already cut one of my circles out, but we're going to cut it out with a 3/4 inch circle cutter. And I always like to do mine upside down so I can see where I'm going with these. Make sure I got a nice pattern going in there. Oh, that's nice and full. And whoop, pop it out. Okay, so now that we have it popped out, we're going to ink it up a little bit around the edges. We'll be inking these edges as well, but for right now we're just going to ink around these edges. Okay, so now we got that going. Then we're going to use our template. I made a template out of just plain paper that has a circle punch in the center. Make sure that get things in the center. Then turn it on the back because we're going to mark it with a pencil. Make sure it's in there nice and even. So you can get your little pencil in there. Make your mark. Take your template off. And we see we have our little pencil line there. Now, this is a very, very small hole punch. I don't know exactly, as you can tell, it's been well used, just by Fiskars, but it's very, very tiny. Now, I'm using a tiny punch because I'm going to put a very, very tiny brad through there. I don't know if you can even see that. Teeny tiny little brad. I got a boatload of those, so I'm thinking this is a good way to use them up. So, in order for that to happen, we need to be able to punch our tiny, tiny little hole. So again, when you're punching your hole for your brad, make sure that your hole is not bigger than the prongs of your brad, because if it is, brad's going to fall right through it. You don't want to do that. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we line that up and punch that hole. Make sure I got to look at it real close. There we go. Punch our hole. Whew, got it on dot. Very good, very good. And then we're going to put our little brad through there and let it sit over there and be nice. Be a nice little puppy for us. And then we're going to open up our envelope, our faux envelope. And we're going to take our template and we're going to position it. I shouldn't open it up so much, I guess. We're going to position it where we want it to go on our top flap. And again, we're going to use that little hole as our template and mark it really well. And because this has such a big pattern to it, I'm going to go in here and reinforce that, make sure I got that right spot. Okay, then we're going to use our hole punch again. Make sure we don't punch holes through everything. Just want that one layer. And let's find it. And I think I got it. Well, I was close. Okay, it's not exactly on there, but I think it'll work. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put our brad through our circle, and we're going to put our circle through the hole, turn it over. And these brads are so teeny tiny. I don't know where I got these from. I've had them for years. And I'm thinking, oh, gotta use them somehow. This came up and I thought, wow, this is perfect. Okay, so now we have our little circle attached. So we're going to use our glue stick next. Handy dandy glue stick. And we're going to get our glue paper. And we're going to glue only these two triangle areas, the two side flaps here. Make sure you get all the way to the edge. Make sure there's no dry spots. Everything's got to be wet. Gotta have it nice and juicy with the glue. Okay, looking good, looking good. All right, make sure you snap your cap. Definitely do not want to have a glue stick that dries up on you. Not fun. Okay, and we're carefully remove this. And we're going to come over here and lay those down. Press them down. Nice and smooth. Looking good, looking good. I tried this with wet glue and I wasn't happy with the results. I really like the glue stick. The glue stick works so much better. And there, it looks like it's very nice. Looks like it's coming right in the middle, right there. That's where we want it. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to ink this up a wee bit. Okay, so again, we're going to use our permanent archival ink. which is brown. It's Memento, but you can use any archival brown ink or whatever ink you want to use, depending on the pattern of your paper. For this particular paper, I think brown works nicely. So we're going to ink that up. Flip, 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 flip. Okay. And this just gets rid of those white edges, gives it a little finished look to it. Makes it stand out a little bit more. And you can ink as much as you want or as little as you want, or you don't have to ink at all if that's what you don't want to do. It's all up to you. I think it just gives it a little more finished edge. Looks nice. Okay, do we need to do the other side? I don't think so. Okay, so make sure you cover your ink. Okay, so now we got that all ready. Now we're just missing one little item, and that is our little string that we have with our bead. Okay, so to be able to make that, what you're going to use is some embroidery floss, and this is the full 6-strand embroidery floss. Okay, let's talk. And I'm going to cut about 12 inches, seems to work. So about 12 inches. Let's see. Good thing I got a grid. Okay, about 12 inches is about there. Okay, snip. Okay, and I picked out a bead. Boom. So what we're going to do next is we're going to tie a double knot about 1 inch from the end of the thread. Say about. And depending on how big your hole is in your bead will determine how many knots you're going to have to put in there. Let's see what we got here. I need to use a needle. A lot of times this helps me out if I could place a needle there and just pull on it. And it sometimes works and it sometimes don't, but I think it's going to work this time. Yay! Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we're going to thread this little bead onto this thing. See, I wonder if that's going to be big enough. Let's look and see. I think it'll work. Okay, and if it doesn't, you can always tie another knot. Okay, we're going to use a little human glue here. And see if we can get this thing threaded through here. Looking for the hole, looking for the hole. Oh, need some more glue. Some of it wants to go in, some of it don't. That happens every once in a while. That happens, just take it off. Okay, we're coming in with the big guns now. I'm going to get some serious glue. Get some glue on there. Yeah. Okay, human glue was not enough. And that makes a nice point. There you go, that's what we want. It'll go through now. It absolutely will. Yeah, let's see how easy that was. Okay, so point to be made. Human glue, not so much. Regular glue works okay. Okay, so let's see. And we're going to tie a little knot at the top just to stabilize it in there so it doesn't slide up and down. And this one is a little easier to do. You have something to work against. Okay. And we're going to do another knot, see if we can make another knot in there. That's going to slide just a wee bit. Okay. I am not good at this knot thing. I am not good at the knots. Yeah. That is so true. I am not good with knots. Not. Okay. I think that's better. I think that'll work. Okay, so now once you get your bead on, then we're going to go back over here and we're going to tie it to this circle. And we're going to tie this in to the circle. And again, we're going to slide that string down, and we're going to leave about 2 inches so we'll have some room to tie, right? And we're going to go over and under, and we're going to tie that tight so it slides underneath there, and it's right up against that brad. And you notice how it's lifting that circle off. That's the way we want it. We want it to lift it up. Okay, then we're going to go under and over. Over and under. Now we're going to go under and over. This is our square knot. Tight, tight, tight. And then we're going to take our scissors, and we're going to be very careful where we're cutting it, but we want to cut it so it does not poke out. Trash. So there we go. Boom, boom, boom. And la, 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 la. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And it just works perfectly. You can stick all kinds of stuff in here. You can put tags in here. You can put like a little notepad in here. All kinds of fun stuff that you can work with. So there you have it. Quick and easy. Super simple. And you can use it as a gift. You can use it to go in your journal. Bead's not so thick that it would cause a problem inside your journal pages. And you can make it out of cardstock. You can make it out of regular scrapbook paper. It's all up to you what you want to use it for. So there you have it. It's a faux envelope journal spot. We'll call it that. So if you've liked this video, and please give me a thumbs up, and a like would be good. Subscribe so we can talk about some other stuff, and we can make some other stuff together. It'd be so fun. And don't forget to stop again at Sandy's Odds and Bobs. I appreciate you coming along and working with me with this. This is so fun. And why don't you go out and try this too? Try this. I mean, it's super easy. You saw how quick it went together. And there's all kinds. Use your imagination. What can you use this for? You can put a little notepad there. You can put notepad there. You can make a tuck spot. All kinds of stuff there. So there again, easy peasy. Hardest part was trying to get that bead on the thread. But we made it. We made it. It's all good. So there you go. And we'll see you later. Thank you for stopping by Sandy's Odds and Bobs. See you later. Bye-bye.